What is going on, guys? I am SceptileMC or George, and today I'll be bringing you Pokemon Showdown Live in the UU tier again, introducing a team I made. So I made a Hail team, as you guys all have seen my Hail team videos, because I love that Hail team with like a passion. Like, it's my favorite team I've ever built, probably. And this is too quiet now, but it's the favorite team I've probably ever built. And I decided, you know what? If Hail can work in UU, maybe I can make the sand work also in UU, as for some reason you don't have your final move, buddy. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. But, so I just, now it's too loud. I decided that I would try to use Hail. It's hard to use, I decided I would try to use the sand. It's hard to use sand. The reason why is at least on Hail, I had the option of using an Icy Rock. On this team, I have to use the Retaliate, as well as there's not many abusers of sand as there is for Hail. So I decided to run Retaliate on the Hippopotamus. I tried the Smooth Rock, but it did not work. This thing just became a useless sack of shit after that. So Retaliate on the Hippo is necessary. I have the Stealth Rocks to slack off the Earthquake and the Roar with the standard defensive spread. The only spread you can ever run. I guess you could try specially defensive, but it's not viable, really. Next up, we have the Abuser of the Sand, is my choice Bandit Stoutland. Now, I decided to run a Bandit Stoutland. Reason being is I didn't want the Life Orb recoil, and also this Pokemon is more of a, I hit something hard and then get out, and then I set up the sand again, and I hit something hard again, and I revenge kill things. So I don't need the Life Orb. I'd rather have the extra power from the choice band. I also have the Retaliate on this Pokemon for a good reason, in my opinion. Retaliate is a fantastic revenge killing move. It also destroys the majority of Stallmons. For example, Suicune takes, I think, 75% from a Retaliate. Around there, maybe 70, maybe like 60. Around like 70% from it. So after the Sandstorm damage, it can't take 2 of those, even after it's not boosted anymore. Also, you guys may be thinking, well, you don't have anything to hit a Fortress or your Steel types or anything like that. That's where Magneton comes into play. I'm skipping over Sceptile right now. Right to Magneton. This is an interesting set. People tend to run Choice Scarf Magneton or Choice Specs Magneton, so you can outspeed the Steel types, you can Volt Switch out, you can HP Fire them after you trap them. But I decided to go for a Magnet Rise set because Mega Aggron and Mega Steelix give me so many problems on this team. I don't like them. I don't have ways to deal with them. Wall Stoutland, Mega Aggron can wall Mega Sceptile to a degree, as well as I have to hit a Focus Blast to deal with it. Wall the Fortress, I can't do anything to them, and so I can trap them. As they go for Earthquake, I Magnet Rise up, and then I just take them out. I have T-Bolt, so I do as much damage as possible to them. I have HP Grash. The Mega Steelix isn't as much of a problem, because if I go for a Magnet Rise, the only move he can really hit me with is the Heavy Slam, and I'm just going to spam HP Grass until I kill it at that point. Mega Aggron, I just T-Bolt it, and I have HP Grass, so I can kill the bulky spreads of Swampert, which may also try to Earthquake me. Next up, we have Mega Sceptile, which Mega Sceptile can switch in on the water types. It's all around a very fast Pokemon. It outspeeds everything in the tier except for Mega Beedrill. I think it speed ties that, as well as Mega Aerodactyl outspeeds it, but that's another story. So yeah, this thing outspeeds the whole tier except for Choice Scarf Pokemon. I can then see who's Choice Scarfed and what Stoutland has to KO, and I can plan accordingly. Leaf Storm, Dragon Pulse, and Focus Blast are pretty standard. I have the Giga Drain on here as well, over Substitute, or the Leaf Storm over the Substitute, whichever one you want to say is over Sub. Decided not to run Sub because of the sand. I don't want to be taking damage and have up a Sub. It's not really working out too well for me. Next up, we have Gastrodon, the physically defensive Gastrodon. I decided Gastro because I was trying to think of a defensive core that I could run that could stop fairies, so you could stop dragon types, you could stop water types, kind of stop fighting types, stop fire types, because I'm extremely weak to Entei right now. And Gastrodon does not get hit by sand. It's immune to water, has earth power to deal. It can switch into Mega Aggron and Mega Steelix as well if Magneton somehow fails. I can burn things. I have recovery. It's all around a good choice on this team, I feel like. Next up, we have the Fortress. We needed a spinner, or in my opinion, love hazard removal on teams. I do not like having a team without hazard removal. It just means you can stack as many hazards as you want against me. Rapid Spin, I have Spikes because I already have Rocks on the Hippo. Volt Switch to get Initiative into Stoutland or Sceptile or Magneton. And then Gyro Ball to kill off the fairies and faster Pokemon. So, without further ado, let's get right on into a battle as I will quickly sip my iced tea I got next to me. Okay, so we're dealing with Mega Beedrill. That is annoying, but that is tolerable. Why is it so quiet in my ear right now? Now it gets so loud. Like, it doesn't... I don't have a 3. I have a 2 and I got a 4. Don't like it. I don't like it. But what could he lead off with? He's either going to lead with the Hydreigon, the Beedrill, or the Mamoswine. Does he want to get up Rocks? He might expect the Hippo to lead, so Mamoswine might be his best lead. In that case, Mega Sceptile doesn't do too much this game, in my opinion. Just because the Hydreigon is probably Choice Scarf, the Mega Beedrill Speed Ties me, and Mamoswine has Ice Shard. Whimsicott's a hard counter. I'm going to lead off with Sceptile, expecting the Mamoswine to want to lead. He leads off with Beedrill. So, this is okay. This isn't great, but it's okay. I'm just going to... to be honest, this was not my best lead, in my opinion. I'm just going to go into Fortress right here. I don't care if he wants to U-turn out against me, expecting like a Dragon Pulse or something. That's what he does. He's going to go onto Arcanine here, or the Hydreigon. Arcanine, I'm assuming, is his better play. Hydreigon, if he wants to risk the focus, I'm not focused past the Fire Blast Miss, which isn't something I see him doing. He does go into Hydreigon though, so is this Life Orb perhaps? I don't know. I'm just gonna make a switch out into Gastrodon because I can take a Fire Blast. I know I can take a Draco Meteor if it comes down to it, and then he gets the -2 special defense. He goes for Dark Pulse actually, does a lot. That is a lot of damage. Oh my lord. Do we need this thing at a good amount of health? I would prefer it to be at a good amount of health. He's also probably going to switch out here and go out into Whimsicott. So, what do we want to do right now? I think I'm going to make a double switch into Magneton right here. He actually stays in, so he probably went for Draco Meteor there. Stays in and goes for Dark Pulse again. What? Excuse me? What type of a play is that? Could recover. I guess you went for the flinch? That is just weird. I am sorry. That is just really weird. I don't necessarily agree with that play. But this... Is this Choice Specs? That did way too much to Gastrodon. I know I'm physically offensive, but that did a shit ton of damage to me. 43%. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to actually calc this really quick. As my double switch actually kind of fucked me over right there. But we always have a way to come back. Always have a way to come back. So... Gastrodon. What the fuck did I just press? What the hell? Come on. Come on, George. You're fucking up right now. Oh, you physically defensive. And a Hydreigon. Oh, you Life Orb attacker. Sure. Dark Pulse is 50 to 59 against that. That is really... If he's timid. 45 to 53. It did 43. So he's modest. Yeah, he's modest. Okay. Gotta think about this now, because I just made a huge misplay, and that could actually cost me a lot this game. Because I want my Sand, but I don't... Do I need my... I don't need my Magneton, really. I don't think I need my Magneton. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sack it off. Because I don't have anything to take 2 hits from this. Except for Sceptile, unless I want to sack off Sceptile instead. Because this doesn't actually outspeed Tentacruel. Doesn't outspeed Beedrill. Doesn't outspeed Whimsicott. Whimsicott can't take a hit though, but I have the Fortress for that. My best bet is just to sack this thing off. Yeah, we're sacking it. Gets a crit, didn't matter. And you know what? I don't want to take a hit on my Hippo. I do not want to take a hit on my Hippopotas. I'm gonna go into my Stoutland, and I'm actually gonna click Retaliate right here. Goes for Dark Pulse, gets a crit. And we take out the Hydreigon. So that is a huge threat out of the way right there. And Stoutland is now weakened. I know he's weakened, but it's not something we can't handle. Hydreigon was a Pokemon that I did not expect to do that much damage with Dark Pulse. I don't have a Dark Resist on this team, actually, which isn't good. But it's not something that you can't predict around. Now... He's probably just going to U-turn out right here. I can imagine that being his play. I think if I go into Hippo, Stoutland gets a lot of kills this game. He gets a lot of kills if I get up the sand. So I got to be careful with my Hippo. But I think I want to set up the sand right here. I know I can take any one hit he goes for. He might try to knock off right here. U-turns out only 33% to me. So Hippo, you were just a tank. What are you going to go out? He goes into Mammal Swine right now. That is actually really fine with me. Because I don't think I can take an Icicle Crash. Hippopotas, PU physically defensive against a Mamoswine, Life or Bleed. Oh my god, there is no taking that hit. Oh, item none. Why is my item none? Violate. 59 to 71% if he's Life Orbed. They're always Life Orbed. Why the fuck would he not be Life Orbed? Yeah, I'm gonna switch. I can't risk my Sand Setter. He goes for Icicle Crush. Is he Life Orbed? Yes, he is. So, he is Life Orbed, which is unfortunate, but not something we can't handle. And I don't see him going for Earthquake right here because I Gyro Ball and I do a lot of damage, or just take him out. Could go for a layer of Spikes right here just to get up some hazards so I can better take him out with my Retaliates. I'm going to click Gyro Ball. Yeah, I thought he might actually stay in there, so that's why I clicked Gyro Ball. That does nothing to Mamoswine. Absolutely nothing to Mamoswine. As right here, I'm just going to... I think I'm just going to end up sacking it off. I don't see a reason not to anymore. Oh my god, we are not looking too hot right now. Could go into Gastrodon here. I don't see Gastrodon doing anything else, really. This is his priority mon, so he has priority in the form of... Oh, fuck, I need something for Arcanine. I'm going to go into Sceptile right here. This is a very strange play, I know. But I'm clicking Giga Drain without Mega Evolving, and he gets a crit! Are you kidding me? Oh my god. And that's just going to be the game. So, I fucked myself over that game. I can't win that game anymore. There's no possible way of me winning from there. That is unfortunate first game for this team. I wanted to show it off a little better. I'm not going to overpredict as much in the end next time. I didn't expect him to stay in against my Gastrodon with Dark Pulse. I didn't think that would be his play, but he decided that, you know what, I can get the flinch whenever I want. So, yep, I guess he decided to do that. But anyway, we're facing the Snooker King right here. Salamence, PZ, Mega Swampert, Florges, Crawdont, and the Fortress. So, if we trap the Fortress, in fact, Magneton puts in a decent amount of work this game. I don't think I can OHKO that, though. I think what I'm going to do is, I know this is weird, I'm going to lead Magneton, as he wants to lead Crawdont, and we don't outspeed Crawdont, but I can just go for a T-Bolt, and that's what I'm going to do. He knows I might outspeed him, but I'm clicking T-Bolt right here. Could go for HP Grass. That will do a lot to it. I don't think he's going to stay in. I don't see a reason for him to stay in. And HP Grass is common on Magneton, so I'm going to T-Bolt, drop a T-Bolt on him. He goes into Swampert, actually. And what I'm just going to do now is Magnet Rise, because I outspeed Swampert. So I can take this Earthquake. And now I'm just going to HP Grass. I think HP Grass, yeah, it doesn't OHKO, so that's why I had to do that there. And I'm going for HP Grass again now, because this is a huge... Actually, no, we can go into Gastrodon. Then we got to take an Earthquake. We get +1. Do I want to take a... I have 339 defense here over 258 defense. But I have recovery on this. Magneton does a lot this game, so I'm going to go into Gastrodon right here, predicting him to want to go for a Waterfall. That is what he does. And we get the special attack boost. So what I'm just going to do here is click Scald. I have no reason not to click Scald. I can get a burn on anything. And, you know, I can just do fun shenanigans like that. But, what does he want to go into? He goes into Florges right now. So Florges is Not enjoying that Scald. Especially in the rain it doesn't, which is nice. I'm actually just gonna... I think I want to fish for a burn, actually, right here. Or I can go into Fortress. Go for a layer of spikes. Kind of threaten him out. Then go into Magneton on his incoming Fortress. Or I can continuously click Scald on the Wish. Because that is what he wants to do right there. As I'm going to continuously click Scald. I don't have a reason to not to here. He got up the rain versus me. Gave me +1 special attack. So Gastrodon is officially a savage right now. As you bring down 21, do we get the burn? We don't get the burn in 3 Scalds. Really? 3 Scalds and we don't get the burn. So let's go for a 4th one. As he's going to bring me low here. And 21%. We still do not get the burn. As I am forced here to recover. Unfortunately. And it looks like we can take 2 from this range. But I don't want to play around this early on with crits or anything like that. We saw last game what crits will do to us. Finally gets a special attack drop. That's what he wanted, I'm assuming. As I think what I want to do is still try to fish for that burn right there, because I want to see if he has the heal bell, as well as I just want to see if he has the heal bell or not. This is not my lucky day with this fucking Pokemon, is it? Go into Hippo, set up my sand, go for rocks. That's another good play I could do. He's doing a lot to me, though. He's doing 33% to my Gastrodon. So he's going to do a lot more to Hippo. I'm going to switch to Magneton now. He's at a decent amount of health. So he goes for a Wish now, which is fine for me. What I'm going to do is... I'm going to click... I want to click HP Grass right here, because I do want to click HP Grass really bad in case he goes into the Swampert. He does not have a safe switch into this thing. I'm also... Just go for a Magnet Rise. That is what I'm going to do. Go for Magnet Rise right there. On the switch to the Mence. He gets the Intimidate off, so... I want to see if this thing has the Fire Blast. So I could go into Gastrodon seeing that. If he has the Fire Blast, then this Mence is the only thing that can actually kill my Magneton. So to scout the Fire Blast, it would be Life Orbed. I do have a lot of special defense, though. So I'm going to go into Gastrodon here, seeing if he has it. He stayed in, so I'm assuming he does. He does go for Fire Blast. Does 14% to me. As Gastrodon is a little bit too low right there, so I'm going to... Feel free to switch into my Fortress, predicting him to want to go for a Draco Meter. He goes into Florges right here, as my play right now is probably to just go for a layer of Spikes. Actually, what I'm going to do is go for a layer of Spikes. He sees this as an opportunity to go into Mega Swampert. I know he does, so what I'm just going to do now is switch out into Sceptile. As he does go into Mega Swampert, that's fine with me. I don't really care if this thing gets back up to a decent amount of health. It's not too concerning because it is only at 65%. And with him being this low, and I click Mega Evolve, and then I just bring Magneton back out for free then and go for Flash Cannons. So I'm just going to click the Leaf Storm right here, I think. Giga Drain, Leaf Storm. He's especially a defensive set, judging by how much the Scalds did to him, because it's a boosted Scald, so I'm going to Leaf Storm. I can't 2-hit KO him, as he actually goes into Fortress on me, which I guess is a better play than what his other play was, but bring him down there, and Fortresses don't typically carry Earthquake anymore, just because the Volt Switch initiative is always a lot nicer to have, as well as I don't think he can actually OHKO me with an Earthquake. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think he can just because I have Eviolite. So my safest play is actually just going into my Magneton directly, because Magneton puts so much pressure on this guy's team. This Magnet Rise set is beautiful, with just like enough bulk to take hits, but enough speed to outspeed certain things. He just goes for a Rapid Spin, and the Fortress is now trapped. So he knows we have the Magnet Rise, so I don't think he's going to Earthquake us. That would be kind of redundant right there. I'm going to turn on the timer, though. So we drop an EQ, and he's not specially defensive. He's physically defensive. We're going to start the timer now, and we actually now can go for our Sand and just retaliate everything after a Pokemon dies, or just go for a return. He's going to go into Mega Swampert now, so he's pretty confident that he can actually outspeed me, but if he's not the right set, he can't. But I don't want to take that risk. Yeah, I don't want to take that risk. I'm going to make a switch out into Mega Sceptile right here so I can take this Earthquake. Catch that EQ right there. Thank you very much. As... Fortress is gone for him, so I can set up rocks here. Double switch out, set up my stealth rocks. That is my play right there. I'm going to double switch as he goes into Florges. That actually goes into Salamence against me. That is actually fine. He's leftovers, not life orb, which is great to know. I'm going to go for my rocks right there because this thing doesn't seem to have... Yeah, it's a defensive spread, so that is fine with me. Toxic does not do anything to me, and... I'm just going to roar him out. I don't like Hippo. He predicts my switch into a Steel type as I go for the roar right there. Roar him out into Mega Swampert. So what he's going to do is he's going to go for either Rain here or an Ice Punch. So I can go into Fortress. Just trying to layer. I'm going to try to layer up my hazards because that's basically what I'm going to do to win the game. He does go for a Rain Dance right there. As I think he's going to predict my switch into Gastrodon and go for EQ. So I'm just going to go for Spikes. Goes for Waterfall. That is a 2-hit KO on me, but kind of. Not really, kind of, though. Do I think he's going to Earthquake now, though? I do think he's going to Earthquake now. To be completely honest, I don't see him staying in and going for it again. I don't think that's a play he would do. And do I need my Fortress anymore? I don't need Fortress just because I have Magneton, and Magneton actually really does well against his team. So he does predict me to... Of course. Of course. That's fine. You know, I didn't predict you to stay in or anything. That's fine with me. We're going to switch out here into Gastrodon. And I'm just going to recover up. I know I can take an Earthquake. Yep. Nice and recovery. As that second layer of Spikes would have been dandy. Really, really dandy. As now I'm just going to click Scald. If he wants to stay in here, he loses his Rain. And I still get off a high-powered Scald. And if he goes into the Florges, it's not appreciating that hazards. Goes into PZ, predicting me to recover again as I get off a huge Scald. I still don't get the burn. This is not my life. Oh my god. As Magneton is definitely my switch here. Because I want to keep my Gastrodon around to check the Swampert in the Rain. Do I want to keep Gastrodon? Magneton is more important though. And if he specs, I feel like a Dark Pulse will be doing a lot of damage to me. This is tricky. This is actually really tricky right here. I think I'm going to make a switch into Magneton. I can calc. Magneton, I don't know. RUE Violate. I'm not max. I'm like, shit, I'm like 120, let's say. Around there. And he has a Porygon Z staring me in the face. And if he's Choice Specs and Adaptability, Tri Attack will do about half to me. And I think I have 270 total HP as I open that by accident. So I'm actually at 1 less than that. So if he is Modest Adaptability Choice Specs, he does about half to me. If he's Modest Adaptability Choice Specs. Which I feel on a team without a Choice Scarf is very unlikely. So I'm going to switch to Magneton expecting this thing to be Choice Scarfed. Does go for Tri Attack, and that is Choice Specs. Of course it is. Of course it's Choice Specs. But after this, I just go in a Sceptile and click the Giga Drain. So unless... No, yeah, this thing has to be Choice Specs. So do we have a chance to survive? We do have a very small chance to survive. If he's timid, that might have been a max roll, actually. If he was timid, it's a roll to kill us. So T-Bolt is my best play. Kills us. Yeah, I didn't think he would have... This thing actually really destroys his team now. Gonna go for Giga Drain right here. So Sceptile actually puts in an insane amount of work against the rest of his team now. Because I've learned that the PZ is not Choice Scarfed. The Mence is not Choice Scarfed. And Crawdaunt can't kill me. Because Aqua Jet doesn't. I kill the Mega Swampert. So I sweep with Mega Sceptile as long as the floor just goes down. And that's how I'm going to play right now. So I'm going to play to sweep with Mega Sceptile at the end. He switches into Swampert as a death fodder right here. Interesting play. Sacking off the only way of getting rid of my sand, which means now I think I actually win with my Stoutland. So this is great. I don't want to eat my words here, but I think we're pretty good in this game so far. I don't think there's much more he can do to us. My plan though now is to go into Hippopotas, and I think I need to sack off a Pokemon to get off a Retaliate, or I can go for a Banded Return, which will also do a lot of damage to him. Or what I can actually do is roar him around a little bit. I'm going to get off an Earthquake first, as he decides to Protect right here, which is fine with me. I'm going to Earthquake again, because I'm playing so that my Sceptile can sweep him. So what I'm actually going to do here is Earthquake him, and now he can't switch in again. You guys are thinking, well, he can just Protect. You can't Protect through a Roar. And he's going to learn that the hard way right now. And he gets put out into Crawdon, which is actually probably the perfect Pokemon to be put out into. So I think right here is actually game over, because I switch out into Gastrodon. I save my ability to use my Sand with Stoutland, and I believe that Mega Sceptile cleans up from this range. Going to Crawdon, going to Gastrodon. Gets off that. That is perfectly fine with me. And I'm just going to click Earth Power. I think a knockoff will do well over half to me. Yeah, it does 64%. No way I'm surviving that. I could have recovered up, but I didn't see a reason to. Earth Power straight up kills. Gastrodon, calm down. Calm down just a little bit, okay? You're being too much of a savage, but I believe that this is the end of the game. I don't think... I could even just go into my Stoutland after this and just go for returns, but... Stoutland's not even going to touch the field this game, I feel like. I'm just going to go with Sceptile. And go for Giga Drain on this. Heal up a little bit more. The combination of Mega Sceptile and Magneton is also a very good core right there. Mens comes out, intimidates us. Dragon Pulse is definitely going to be able to take this thing out. Yep. And the Florges is done, so GG. As I'm just gonna find another battle. I think I'll do one more battle. That was actually a good game. Playing around just a bit. I think I had the advantage from Team Preview, but still, it's a good game. We were predicting each other a lot. He was trying to go around me. So 1542. That's not awful. Well, let's see what we can do here. So let's see. Okay, so Empoleon is what we are trying to trap today. Cresselia is very annoying, but I think Return does a lot to Cresselia. He's really weak to U-turn. If only I had U-turn. That's a problem. That's a problem. This is annoying, but depending on the coverage, I can wall it with something on my team. Looking at it, though, I do just want to get up my Sand. Reason why is that Entei is a problem, and if I can get up my Rocks turn 1, 49ers. Ha! That's really ironic. Arcaniners and the 49ers. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. Hippopotas. Hippopotas is a savage in this tier. So let's see. What does he want to do now? What is he going to do to me, sir? What do you want to do to me? Okay, what does he lead with? Hydreigon is his lead, so no matter what, we're going to switch out here. I'm going to go into Fortress. If he predicts this and goes for Fire Blast, props on him. He U-turns out early on, revealing that he's Choice Scarfed. Could have gone for Fire Blast, but I guess he thinks the Gastro might have been especially defensive. Now I heal up to my Sturdy here, so this is not a problem. Now I'm just going to go into Gastrodon. I have no reason not to. I can take any hit from this thing. Goes for Sacred Fire, 28%, and he gets the burn. I swear to God, I don't ever get burns with Scald anymore. I could go for Scald right now, but I would rather have this thing at a max amount of health, because this is the only thing I have to deal with Entei on a defensive spread. Offensively, Mega Sceptile outspeeds and my Stoutland outspeeds, but other than that, I want to be able to switch into it instead of sacking things off. So I go for a Recover right here as he goes into his Hydreigon. I'm actually going to click Recover again as he U-turns out, predicting me to go back out into Fortress. I expected him to actually drop a Draco Meteor there or go for Fire Blast. Just wanted to see what he would do as he goes into Cresselia now, which is annoying and stuff. Actually, Cresselia is very annoying to this team. I don't have Toxic on anything, but I do have the Roar on my Hippo, so what I'm actually going to do is go for a Scald right here as he does reveal the Calm Mind. Just let's see if I get the burn. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have expected anything less. Anyway, I do have the Roar on my Hippo, so I'm not too concerned with this thing. But I should probably roar him out maybe sooner than later. And Fortress walls it to the ground, because he doesn't have anything to take on the Fortress. So if I go for my layers of spikes here, he has a Defog, which will force out the Empoleon eventually. I think what I want to do is I'm going to hard switch into Hippo here. And I'm knocking my table. Sorry, that's just a knock because I'm thinking. Goes for Size, does absolutely nothing to Hippo. So what I'm actually going to do right here is just go for my Stealth Rocks, because that is... He predicts me to maybe roar him out there. What I'm going to do, though, is hard switch into Magneton every single time on this play. Every single time I'm hard switching into Magneton, which means we now trap this thing, and we can kill it off with T-Bolt, so we can stack the hazards now. Of course, the spikes aren't as important as the rocks this game, because he does have 2 Levitators and a Magikarp Pokemon, so the 2 Levitators are only affected by rocks. But against that Entei, it would be nice to just... That does a lot of damage versus me. Like, a lot of damage. T-Bolt will take him out, though, from there. And Magneton has served its purpose. Honestly, it has completely served its purpose. It doesn't do anything against anything else, so what Magneton now is, and that's what I love about Magneton on this team, is it traps Steel types, and if it survives, it becomes a death fodder for Retaliate. And that is wonderful on a team like this. So if he goes into Crest, tries to set up, I sack off the Magneton to a Psyshock, go for Retaliate, take out the Crest. That is the plan behind that. He goes into Zam right here, so he does have the Focus Blast. That's what that confirms right there. And do I want to stay in here, actually? Yeah, I'm going to stay in, see if he misses the Focus Blast. Doesn't miss the Focus Blast, of course. I don't have luck in this world, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind being down a little bit. Just can click Gyro Ball here, but he would go into Entei. Just gonna click the Volt Switch, actually, just to break the Sash. And I do think he's going to switch out here, going into either Umbreon maybe, or the Entei, so he can better take the Gyro Ball. Typically, if you have the Focus Blast, you don't have HP Fire, and that does work out for me. So what I can actually do here is I can go on to Gastrodon right here and pull a double switch, or I can go for a Scald. No, I'm going to pull a double switch into Hippo right here. I know it's an interesting play, especially because if he does actually decide to go for Sacred Fire, then that's bad, but I want to get up my rocks. Rocks are going to be very important in this game if I can get them for free, and I can get them up for free on the Umbreon, the Crest. Exactly. That is what I wanted to do. So we get up our Sand, and we get up our Stealth Rocks. This is best case scenario right here. This right now is best case scenario. So what can we do now? We're at 77% with this thing. That's perfectly fine amount of health. I could try to put up layers of spikes if I wanted to, so nothing can switch in on my Stoutland. That might be actually a very good play. Goes into Foul Play, as I'm going to set up some spikes right now. I don't think he'll go into Entei again on me, just because I Volt Switched out last time. He might go into Cresselia right here. He actually stays in and decides to Foul Play again as I set up a layer of spikes. So that's really only for Umbreon and the Entei, which is fine. I'm going to actually go for a Volt Switch here, I believe. Make it so... Do I want to go for Volt Switch? I want to set up another lair. Let's see. He's at 75. He'll be at 50, then 37. I don't technically need another lair, but it could prevent him from switching in twice. So I don't see anything wrong with me just going for it right there. I could have gone for Volt Switch right there. Probably was the better play, but going for another layer of spikes is never a bad thing. I'm going to switch into Gastrodon right here now because I know that he's just going to go for Sacred Fire. He doesn't have a reason not to. He might go for E-Speed, predicting me. Sacred Fire misses, actually, which is fine for me. I'm actually going to recover up here because I don't want to be on too low health after this matchup. I want this thing to be able to take a hit off the Hydreigon still, even though Hydreigon is a huge threat to my team. I can take a Draco if it's Choice Scarfed. I have a resistance to Fire Blast then as well, so he can't just go for Fire Blast against my team. And he actually decides to switch out right here, which I find to be a pretty interesting play. Goes into Cresselia as... He's definitely thinking he can set up now, I think. Yeah, that's what he thinks for sure. I just went into Hippo here, as I am just going to roar him out, as he might Calm Mind up again. If I roar him out, he does Calm Mind up again, so if I roar him out into Entei, that Entei is gone. He loses Death Fodder. Entei is gone, so there we go. Nice and easy there. Nice and easy. So what is he going to go into now? This Hippo is putting in a lot of work. Fucking Lil Hippo, man. Lil Hippo is doing much more work than anyone ever expected it to. He's going to go into Alakazam right now. And I'm going to pull a switch into Fortress. He can go for Focus Blast. Don't think he would. Goes for Energy Ball, predicting me to switch out there. And we actually have enough turns of our Sand left where I can Volt Switch and outspeed anything that wants to come in. So I'm going to do that. See what he wants to go into. Goes for Focus Blast. Doesn't take us out. And now we can go into Stoutland and smack something with Return. Crest will probably come out, but it is a Choice Band, and we can go for Crunch as well. No, Return is my best play. We outspeed this thing. We take out the Alakazam. Huge threat out of the way. And honestly, we do need the Sand, but only to deal with the Hydreigon now. We only need Sand to take on the Hydreigon. He actually says GG and just actually forfeits right there. I guess that is a, that's a move he could have made. I thought he had a chance to win, but I guess he didn't think he did. Anyways, guys, I think that is going to be the end of the episode. So, if you did enjoy, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the Sand team, let me know. I will most definitely be using it again in the UU tier. It's so much fun to use teams like this. Just making a team based around Hail and Sand is just a lot of fun. I'll probably be making a Sun team next, but that's not going to be for a few more weeks. Just like how I milked the Hail team to the greatest of my ability, I'm going to milk the Sand team to the greatest of my ability. It's a fantastic team, I feel like. It's fun, it's great to use, deals with a lot of threats, and actually can do a lot of work that I did not expect it to, but this is getting pretty long, guys. So if you enjoyed, comment, like, rate, or subscribe. I'm SceptileMC or George, and peace out.